meeting, so. But
yeah, I mean, pricing wise, the live shit is pretty affordable.
for Caster, you mean?
No, with AWS, I linked it in Seagull Test.
I don't actually care what stuff costs right now. I'm more trying to get shit working.
No, I get it.
All right, YouTube works too now. Yay!
All right, so also, give me a minute. Stacks creating. I don't know how long this takes. I don't imagine it's going to take a ton. But
so, are you providing? So, basically, what I expect from you, sir, is a URL that looks like something like this. Some RTMP : / that I can put in here.
That's what I anticipate this template spitting out based on what I understand of what it's doing. Now, understand, I don't understand what it's doing, but
yeah,
you know,
us do so. But let's say everything you're doing fails. We could potentially run the conference right now with what we have.
So it looks like the URLs that it should spit out. Yeah, it'll be whatever the Media Live inputs input URLs are, which I believe will be RTMP based on the parameters I set. So right now it's created a whole bunch of that stuff. It's actually just creating the bucket for captions in the CloudFront distribution, and then it should be mostly done. And then the question is where to go and view it, which I actually have no idea how to do.
There is like a preview URL I saw in that first link that you got from.
So I've gotten a little farther in this. One thing to watch out for is in that GitHub repository, there is an open pull request making a slight change to the RTMP URLs. I haven't followed through where it's changing them, but I'm currently hitting the problem of the channel. I have OBS successfully streaming to the RTMP endpoints, pushing, and the Media Live channel claims to not be receiving anything, and I don't know why. But I suspect maybe whatever that pull request is changing. As far as outputs go, the way to view it, and this is also in the README, is in the output of the CloudFormation.
URL for it. CloudFront dash endpoint, if I had to guess. Right?
HLS endpoint is probably what we're using.
Okay.
But yeah.
So this guy just said, looked at me and said, "So hop in," and started laughing.
Joking.
That's not funny.
What is? I don't know what that is.
I would walk out of his house.
So the backstory there, Chris, is Hopin is a commercial solution that we have in our back pocket as a fallback, but we figured we needed a week to do it, and we have 2 days.
Cool.
And it's like a super commercial solution that like is not anything we want to do, and we've
the fun thing about
hours towards this.
You know what the fun thing is about commercial solutions?
They work.
You can pay someone.
So guess who on this call was the one that was pushing for the commercial solution?
I like you, Chris. I like your style.
Did I work for AWS?
I was gonna.
It is like probably 80% AWS. Let's be real here.
Well, I noticed that the access.seagull.org is on AWS. Because these days now my reflexive response when I see an endpoint to anything is, "Oh, who is that? Who is that anyway? Oh, that's us."
Of course it is.
It's usually us.
Yeah.
Very, very common these days.
We are somewhat ubiquitous.
Mm-hmm.
We are legion.
And it's always fun when y'all have problems. And,
Tree
goes down, or US East 1 goes down, whatever.
Although in our defense, it's almost always just one of the regions.
Yes, that's true.
Today. So,
One of the most interesting things that I learned recently is that when you want to go and control CloudFront, US East 1 has to be up.
yes, there are a few global control plane points, and CloudFront's control plane is one of them. There's a couple others that I'm not going to discuss at this time.
Yes, understandably.
But yeah, there are but we guarantee CloudFront will be available. We don't necessarily guarantee you can create new distributions.
Right. Which, in the case of an outage for us, and when we're only in US East 1 and we're trying to fail over to US West 1 or West
That's
2,
problematic.
that's problematic.
Yep.
That's what we learned.
Don't recommend you
That
be in
our
that state.
practice.
We think you probably shouldn't do that.
Oh, I know. I've been pushing for active for a while. Now, getting business to sign off on the monetary cost associated with that.
And it's an engineering cost too. Let's make no mistake. Like, it is difficult to do. Okay, so in theory, I have a complete stack here. So I think I understand why you have the concern about the input URL. It's either going to be that, or if that pull request is valid, which it might well be. Let me just go have a look at it to make sure I understand.
I've tried pushing to both variants with and without the slash to the same effect. And so I wonder if
Yeah, so that
You want to try Chris's URL with your endpoint, Andrew, to see if, because we have to pay for an account to make ours work.
it'll be. I'm paying for my account too. I'm just.
No. We're
No, a
talking
caster
about-
account.
Oh yeah.
They canceled it like an hour ago without asking us. Because
We bitched that because we found a bug. So we were originally doing this with Azure, and Azure didn't work with their stuff for some reason. And they were like, "Oh, we'll give you free credit," and we're like, "Dude, we."
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, upshot of it is, I'm just waiting for CloudFront to finish pushing the distribution right now. I'm just getting 404s off the endpoints there, which is not surprising.
Okay, so you set it up, Don, to push to it.
I just did. Yeah. It should be pushed.
Yeah, so now the question is whether that's Elemental Media Live. There we go. Our console is ridiculous. All right, so in theory, which stream are you pushing to? Which URL?
RTMP.
The one with or without the slash at the primary?
I did the very first one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not willing to bet that one's going to work. My bet is that the second one is the one you will want.
Well, it didn't error.
Hold on. I see.
It hasn't errored.
Yeah.
You
I
say
see
if
the
it,
pipeline's running, so.
if it doesn't work, if it's not receiving, it will error out. So
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to tell if I'm getting inputs.
look at the alerts on the channel.
Yeah, I definitely have alerts on the channel. Hold on. Inputs, channels. I see the channel is running. There we go. Pipeline 0 has 5 alerts. Video channel not detected, waiting for a TP input.
That's what I did.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing is video not detected, audio not detected as of, what time do we have here? These are old though, relatively speaking. Yeah, these are the initial ones from when the resource spun up. These are about 7 minutes old. I mean, I wish to hell I could tell what this is doing. There's got to be a way to tell.
I'm sure that there is one.
Yeah, probably, right?
more logs.
Yeah, so I think my major trick right now is I can't actually tell what the whether the stream is working, because I'm getting 404s off of the output URLs. All of the endpoints are 404ing, which seems like maybe we're not sending anything. I'm not entirely sure how to take that.
Okay, let me try it with the other URL real quick.
Yeah.
Right. It sounds like we're seeing the same thing, getting 404s on the endpoints.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any metrics coming in. I've just managed to actually identify where the inputs are, where the metrics are. So I'm gonna pop that dashboard open.
Yeah, if you look at that GitHub page, again, it does say start the AWS Media Live channel. For cost purposes, the CloudFormation does not start the Media Live channel. Head over to the Media Live console page and click the start button to start your channel. And then
I'm seeing alerts, it started.
okay, and then under the output of the CloudFormation templates, get the media package endpoint to view the channel.
None of those say media package on them, so cool. I'll find it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think the docs in that template completely line up with what it's doing. But there, I can do this. Here we go. If you're publishing to channel 1, I have the direct stream in theory here. Oh, whatever that is. Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
what is
chair moving. That's somebody's chair doing a screaming squeaker.
That's my chair.
Okay.
It's a delight and a wonder. Oh, hey, look! I have input and output.
Holy
As you
shit!
started sending the second stream, I see network traffic happening.
What'd you do?
Story of our life tonight.
Yes.
Now the problem is I can't tell where the stream, like how to watch it, or how to send it somewhere else.
There's a link to a player in the README.
Yeah,
grab that HLS.
That was surprisingly unhelpful. But yes, because the HLS was 404ing earlier. So let's see if it's 404ing now. Yes, it still is. That is a delightful experience. Yeah, no. Okay, video URL. Let's see. What does this take? This takes where are you? Which output do I want here? That's what I want. Okay. Let's try. Yeah, the media, it's still 404 coming out of CloudFront. I don't quite know how to interpret that. It looks like it's sending out, but it's not clear to me. Oh, that's interesting. What happened here?
And that's the M3U8 HLS stream?
Yep.
Damn it.
All right. Media package. Yeah, I don't know what media package is. I'm not even going to try to dig into that. So yeah, we're streaming. We're outputting 11 megabits per second somewhere. Destination. Let's see. So the destination is to an S3 caption bucket channel. Let's go have a look over in Lambda and see what's going on here. That seems probable to be connected here. Seagull streaming Lambda. How are we doing? Everything behaving okay here? Monitoring for you. Okay, we're showing a full success rate, so the Lambda function of the pipeline is working. Not running very busily. We don't entirely know what's going on here. I know we're sending out data. Now I'm trying to figure out where. Oh, okay. So it's sending it in theory to media package, which is currently not getting a lot of business. Why are you not getting out of business? Oh, this thing's somehow not connected to a CloudFront distribution. And it doesn't appear to be getting input. I don't know why. Yeah, so I'm looking at the media package component here, and it seems like it has a channel that is not actually getting anything from it. And I don't know why. Let's see. Hey, what are you streaming, just out of curiosity?
This meeting.
Yeah, us. This right here.
Cool. All right. Yeah, the data isn't getting to the it isn't getting to the media package for some reason, and I don't know. I'm not entirely sure why. So you're sending to it just fine. That's cool.
Hey,
But-
in the media package channel,
Mhm,
it's showing some URLs.
mhm.
They say V2 and then a long,
Yep.
like hex string.
I'm
Is
gonna
that-
Go ahead.
What happens if you use that ID or whatever it is after V2? What happens if you use that instead of the long string that's in the URL that it gave you?
I'll show you all. Is it possible to share a window, or do I have to share
Yeah.
an entire screen?
No. You can share a window. So the plus. So hit the plus in the lower left-hand corner
Okay.
and go to take presenter,
Yeah.
and then next to your webcam there should be a button,
Yep. There we go.
and then you can pick an application
Perfect. Oh, there we go.
Or a
Application
tab.
window.
or a tab or whatever.
Yeah, no. I want to be selective. There. All right. So, in theory, now this would come up. Cool. So this is what we are looking at right now. I'm going to pop over to.
So there were some play buttons on there. Can we flip back into that screen?
Yeah, we can. They are currently doing nothing. That was.
Oh, okay.
I followed my rule of a friend of mine made this for me, and I swear by it.
Oh, we're on full screen.
Not everyone is. Okay, so first things first, services, media live. Talk you up here. So Seagull live stream, health, we're still streaming. So we're seeing it's doing things. Thumbs up. No new alerts. Everything seems to be working great. Destinations. Destination is to
Some S3 bucket.
yeah, and egress endpoints. I'm assuming that those are the media package endpoints. No, except it's not actually going anywhere. I think I may have found the issue. I have a sneaking suspicion that
No destination.
I feel like this might be connected.
Does seem
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop it, which will likely break your stream.
But we're gonna still ship.
Oh.
It will probably crash on me.
Oh, this will be great.
No, that's normal because it does it.
I get it.
HLS does it in every resolution. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't actually care about that, and we can drop it down to like 1, but
Yeah, but
by default.
by default.
All right, how do I wire this up to go to a media package destination?
There it goes. It just crashed out.
Cool.
That's good.
Channel.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting for the stream to stop, but I'm actually not entirely sure how to set a media package destination. So let's see. Output groups, media package.
For an IAM role, enter resource. No.
Channel ID, copy. Something here. I don't think I need any settings. I hope not.
It's not right. This is the role. The Korean live to VOD assets.
Oh, cannot update a channel that isn't stopping. That's fair. I'm going to wait for the channel to finish stopping, and then I will change it. But yeah, it looks like the CloudFormation template has a glitch where it isn't setting up the output.
Fantastic.
Though.
So it set up an output, right? That one called HLS.
Yeah.
What is that for?
Fuck if I
I'm kind of wondering if
live streaming is what HLS stands for.
I mean, it's just called HLS. So I kind of wonder if, like, the outputs of the confirmation stack are just giving us the wrong something wrong.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at the console itself, right? Like the play URLs on the media package output channel aren't working, which suggests to me that and note that there's no connection between the two. So if you pop over to here, it looks.
Yeah, I'm saying something similar.
Yeah, although, maybe it's not intended to be. Maybe the Media Live is supposed to connect elsewhere. I might be doing it wrong here. Maybe it's a Lambda function that's supposed to connect it. Where are you? Let's see. Code for Lambda. Ships a bunch of shit. Nothing complicated. What's your story?
Oh, so look at, I'm about to drop a URL in the public chat here. There's a section in here called output groups. Is that helpful at all?
Yeah, so there is already an output group.
Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm actually red herring you a little bit with the media channel. I think if I look here, or media package, I think this is creating and connecting the media channel thing. Or media package. So this takes a long time to stop. Holy shit.
That is weird.
No, I think I have an idea of what it's doing. So yeah, 10-to-1, its output isn't directly to media package. Because we're streaming to a captions bucket.
Yeah.
There's a bit of magic in this section here I don't fully understand. This is generating manifests of some kind, but it's not clear what ones. So let's see, does this generate other things? So you go streaming transcribe. This might be related.
So this says, in the media package destination section, copy and paste the media package ID from the channel you created earlier. Delete the captions output. We actually want the captions output, but whatever.
Yeah.
The create channel button.
Okay. Interesting. This is a Java one.
Huh.
Generates captions and send this with a video in a media package. Here we go. Let's go have a look here. Oh, this one isn't editable code.
It's too large.
This is so many parts.
Yeah. No, the way that's going to look here.
Reason why the world runs on AWS is exactly this, right?
Yeah.
We can literally start Amazon Prime with all the pieces here.
It'd be tricky.
But possible.
Yeah, I'm not saying you couldn't. This is the transcriber code here. Okay. Fascinating.
22.
Okay, I think that's the one I need to go look at. Where are we? Monitoring. How are you doing? Yeah, so this is not getting invoked. The Lambda that is supposed to be doing this is not
Yeah.
getting invoked.
I think if we can get anything working, then we can figure out what's wrong with captions, right?
No, this is also the component that does the streaming.
Oh,
So this Lambda here in this system is the one that actually sends things up to media package. So becomes a little bit more important than that. I'm trying to see where it's being referenced in the template. Lambda role. And make sure it has Lambda roles. I'm not seeing it actually being, it's triggering you. Yeah, I can't figure out what's running it. I can't find references to it anywhere. I managed to zoom in.
I'm writing the social post. You were wondering.
Oh, there we go.
UTC conversion.
There we go. Okay, so it's a captions bucket. Caption bucket fires it when it creates an object in the bucket. So it's got to look. Or did we create anything when we were streaming? Because it was streaming captions bucket. We never actually stored anything. It's like.
That seems like
All
a
right.
problem.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to work back to like where things are breaking down. So it looks like we never put any objects into the captions bucket. So that probably falls under it's a problem. I'm going to restart the channel because I think I'd like to have the stream going so we can see what's going to it. So if you want to fire up the output again, that'd be great. It'll probably fail initially because the channel isn't started yet, but as it goes, it'll get there. I'm sure this will take some time. But, so yeah, this thing is not successfully writing anything. And therein lies at least some of the problem. Because, turns out that if you don't write the things you're thinking you're writing, you're probably not going to get to do anything with it. But from here,
It's very hard to write any captions if you don't have any input.
but it's not just the captions. This is the video stream segments that are going to be live streamed out. So basically, all the video goes in here, and then the caption component picks them up, does captions for them, reformats them into an output stream, and sends them out through media package. But if the video doesn't go in here, it doesn't go out.
Nothing happens. Yeah.
Nothing happens at all. Everything in here is forwarded out through the caption generation and repackaging and sent out.
Right, which is why they were saying if you don't need the captions, you delete them, but they still have to have gone through there.
Yeah, well, because the video has to, for that to go there. So, yeah, so the upshot of it is there's just nothing in here. So nothing is writing to here. So it's not public. That's sort of what I expected. It has no custom bucket policy.
It looks like this. It's streaming again. So
Yeah,
in theory, we could get something if we can sort out what's going on.
in theory. Yeah, pipeline 0 is healthy at the moment.
we see active alerts on Bolt though with red.
Yeah, that's okay though. That's just from starting up and didn't have it coming. What I expect to see shortly
I'm interested.
is these things to go. The active alert should stay at 0 again. So give it a moment. It'll take a sec for the metrics to publish.
That seems like a backwards direction.
What this is we had data points here. We stopped the channel, so there are no data points for this window at all. Now we've returned to actually publishing things. So that's actually what I expect.
Fair enough.
But now I want to go look at the alerts because they probably relate to the output. Now these are all input. Okay. Yeah, they're 1 minute metrics, so we got to wait for 1 minute to pull up. I think they might be possible to yank them up in CloudWatch on 5 seconds, but it's not really worth it. Okay, so we are writing out.
Can you click on the TN22224?
Yep. Yeah, so this is outputting to. I mean, it's just outputting to a.
So that's weird because the screenshots that I saw in these docs had that be an actual HLS URL.
You're referring to the docs on like the connecting FFmpeg ones, for example?
No, like the one that I just linked in chat. Yeah.
Well, that one didn't seem to be doing captioning, though.
Yeah, and if they're not doing captioning, then you don't have the intermediate stage.
Mm-hmm.
So
Leave all settings untouched and scroll down until you see the caption section. Extend the section and select none from the dropdown. But it looks like it had those URLs already. Copy the first URL and paste it under destination A. Expand the credential section. Paste the username for media package service from the respective URL. To provide the password securely, we're required to create an SMS parameter. Hence, the parameter name and password. Repeat the same for B.
So I'm going to pop back here. And so there's a difference when you're doing the captioning here. The captioning, it doesn't help. The captioning here has an intermediate stage where
it goes to S3.
Goes through S3.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I mean, I'm trusting this architecture to be sane. I mean, I don't know. This could be a bonkers architecture. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, understandable.
Remember, this is the first time I've ever looked at the console for any of these applications, literally today. So let's see what we got here. All right, let's go back to our health and see if there's anything interesting. All right, so now we're streaming. Things are going. No data loss. Everything seems to be pretty healthy. Destinations are solid. Now that we're actually streaming, I'm wondering. Let's just check. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we only store objects in here very temporarily. Stranger things have happened. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, so this bucket is not getting writes. Bucket policy. Are we missing a bucket policy here? Bucket is private, doesn't need a bucket policy. That's true, I suppose. I don't think we actually intend to do anything stupid with these. Oh. I'm just kind of looking through the CloudFormation template, trying to see if I can caption bucket. Captions bucket. Right. I wonder whether that works. Okay, there we go. So media package, Underroll has caption policy. It can get anything in the bucket, which is what I expect it to be able to do. I think the more interesting question is, can anything write to the damn bucket? Caption creation, S3 bucket. You know, it's interesting. I don't actually see I do not see anything that lets the media live write to this bucket.
That seems like it could be a problem.
Yeah, so I see a lot of put object. I see a lot of get object. What's this here? Oh, here we go. Media live role policy. Okay, so media live role, we can do transcode role. We have SSM operations. We have put object, delete object. Is this media live channel running with the role? I think it is. Channels. Yeah. Single streaming media live role. And you're having a good time when you're digging into these too. Okay. What permissions do you have? All right, so you can put objects and delete objects into the bucket, we think. Okay, so it is allowed to do what we think it should be allowed to do.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a win, right? Nice and narrow permissions, but that this is really frustrating. I am not entirely sure. I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand what is going on here.
So something that looked fishy to me in the input, the media, what is it called?
Media live.
I've lost track of what's what. Yeah, the media live input has something where you can configure that it should be RTMP push. And you can provide a couple of parameters that look like they've filled out. They look like they've been populated with fishy values to me. If you can find the values called, well, under the RTMP destination, there's the application name and application instance. They look like they're.
I don't see either of those terms in the CF template.
Destination. Yes. Okay. So the. All right. What is it called? I just hopped too many screens away. Okay. If you go to your Media Live input.
Okay, I'm there.
Open the one there is. Go to edit. Okay. Oh, you have your screen up. So at the bottom, input destinations. There's destination A and B.
Yep.
I think those values are fishy. Okay. So the docs for creating an RTMP push input, I'll just drop those into what's a good spot? I'll put it into the BBB chat.
Yeah.
Look how they tell you to fill out those fields.
I saw that T-Crud guy.
Oh yeah. Random post.
So you can
Recognized.
skip down. Look at
Yeah.
step 9.
Yep.
They say live and curling.
Yeah, I was looking at this curling.
This section, it's like the application names and application instances you previously obtained. Application name. Where's the talk about instance?
So temporary temporarily, like for destination B, clear that out. Look at the look at the placeholder text is actually how they're labeling the field.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying.
Oh, you can't clear it out because it's locked, isn't it?
No, I can clear it out. It's just.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Instant-
Here's a lesson in form fields. They don't do it this way.
Wait, so resetting these?
So when I looked at application name and instance, it was just words.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing here as well. But application instance is also known as the stream or stream key.
Yeah, which is common with RTMP, is having
Yeah.
stream key.
Oh.
But either way, that wouldn't be that IP address, right?
Yeah,
Or that's not quite an IP address.
It's not even. It's if you try, you're like, oh, it's a typo, right? You can't type the colon into that.
So, what is the? So this is a source content question. There's a stream key with your output. What is the output stream key?
Is RP primary?
Okay. Tell me what those are going to be.
They're specified. They should be specified by AWS.
No, these are apparently not. Like, according to this, this is the thing you arrange with the video content provider.
Right.
yeah, you can just make up whatever the fuck you want there.
As long as we all agree on what they are.
Right.
This is the stream I'm streaming to right now.
So what I put is I put Seagull for application name, and then I put 1 for destination A, and then I did Seagull, and then I did 2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
So the second field is 1 or 2, and the first field is Seagull for both, right?
That's what I did when I was trying to fuck around with it.
I think that's right.
So I can't update this while it's in a non-idle state, so it won't matter much. Okay, so let me see if I can understand what's going on here.
Does that mean you need me to stop streaming?
No, I can just kill the channel. But try that. But before you do that, you're streaming from, what's the name of the thing?
It's BBB. It's
Caster. Oh yeah, you're streaming from BBB.
yeah.
So that there is the endpoint, but BBB also is going to have other things that it sends with that. I think, like more than just the endpoint. What else does BBB have for configuration?
Okay. I don't think anyone's actually explained just how dumb this streamer is. It's actually a wraparound Chrome shell with FFmpeg, basically. So it's just joining the channel and taking that screenshot and turning that into the RTMP. So it shouldn't be sending anything except for that.
Hey, mine's running.
Wait, what?
That was it. Wait, let me see. I'll bring up the demo. We get signal. Yeah. Okay. This is good.
What?
Hold on. Okay. I gotta double check this. But I got my CloudFront endpoint stopped 404ing. I'm seeing like HLS, I think.
So it just took a while to propagate?
No. Okay. So what I did, so let's say like there's a destination A field, right? And like there's 2 parts to it. First part was set to like it looks like an IP address and a port on the end, which like doesn't make any sense, right? And then the second part was like the name you picked and then like primary, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like what I did was in the first part, I wiped out the IP stuff and I put what should have gone before the slash in that first box. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the left box says Seagull and the right box says primary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm streaming from OBS, but the RTMP endpoint, I'm saying just terminates at Siegel, and then I set the key, which is a separate field for me, to primary. And then I waited like 2 minutes.
All right. So the point is, it is subtly wrong in a terrible way. Cool. That's exciting.
Okay, now you gotta double check this in their web player.
Yeah, but let me, so can you have a look at my input destinations and see if they match what you're expecting from the changes you just made?
I think the first one should just be Siegel, right?
Let me get, leave it. So Siegel, whatever that name is.
Okay.
So Siegel streaming live stream, you're good. Okay, so like that's how I would set it up.
So without the slash, right?
No slash, yeah.
Okay. That will not work while I am, while things are coming here, so I'm going to turn this off.
It's probably easier for me to actually turn it off rather than
No, well, yeah, but I may have to actually just turn off the input here. So you should turn it off, though. Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
Okay, it's turning off.
Okay, it's totally working. All right.
Is it captioned as well?
English.
But they're appearing. Excellent.
Yes, there are captions.
That's awesome.
Okay.
All right, cool. It doesn't sound like you need me to fix anything anymore.
So, hey, what does this cost if we were to use it?
Fuck if I know.
No,
We have an entire department of accountants figuring out how much this shit costs.
I dumped the prices thing in the IRC channel.
I'll send you to an account services person.
I'll hook you up with a TAM, but you got to pay like a $10,000 a month support
This
cost.
transcription is way better than Azure's.
Sweet.
We'll use that as a quote.
I'm taking notes for marketing purposes.
Azure likes, or sorry, Amazon likes to, help out small open source projects, right?
You'd actually be surprised.
So that's what we are.
We do a startling amount, but we generally do it in terms of code contributions. So,
Well,
Amazon,
actually,
So if you look at our sponsors page,
say Amazon's a platinum sponsor. They done paid for it.
okay.
so basically, Amazon's donating us money, and then we're turning around and giving it back to them via services.
I think
It's like being a student worker at a university.
Yeah. So, sidebarring this, Andrew, is there stuff that do you want to build that into the template, because that's probably worth fixing in that CloudFormation template and just copying over for yourself? Like, I would fork it and then just get your own and then fix it.
Given the hour, if I can postpone that, I will.
Sure. No, I don't mean send a pull request. I literally mean just fork it and then you have it written down for yourself, so that if you have to, oops, shit, we have to move to another region, we can spin this up quickly.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
And more importantly, if you want to host it in something that isn't your personal account,
No, I'm doing that.
then you can do it fairly quickly. I'm a big fan of reproducible infrastructure. I can't imagine why. I don't know where I would have picked up that habit.
We're a big fan of
You're not.
work and then leaving.
When I first started working with them, with all these Yahoos, first thing I said is, I'm setting this up in Terraform.
Yeah, see, I generally like Terraform better than CloudFormation until one thing. When you try to tear things down, it gets messy.
It does. Well, see, your problem is you just don't ever tear anything down, right?
Yeah, I'm not made of money.
I'm not either, but my company is.
Yeah, so is mine.
All right. So moving forward,
Moving
the
forward,
question
I think Andrew has this thing working.
No, which is awesome. The question is, Andrew, is that do we go the route of just using AWS and BBB, or do we try to introduce Caster in it?
It seems to me, based on that pricing structure, whatever thing, that AWS can do the things Caster was doing.
Well, the whole YouTube and Twitch stuff.
That too.
Okay.
Well, in theory, you could have other outputs from the
Yeah.
same channel.
Cool.
The media package thing could send out to other places.
Perfect.
It
mean,
appears that that's what they do and recommend.
So this is a troublingly familiar conversation. We
Okay.
basically said that about a couple of services already.
Right.
Well, okay, let's go.
So
Have a look. Media package channels.
so as good as it feels to have gotten through this little hurdle, I don't think this hasn't really gained us much in the big picture. Like we still have, so like the assumption is that like what we were going to do with Azure, like we could retry with this. That's
Yeah,
the
right.
idea.
Except using
Okay.
CloudFront and adding on and not having Caster
At all.
at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's some big questions, which is like, how do you set this up to like do the duties of Caster? We got bitten by something that looked promising like this with Azure, but which freaked out when you like swapped out the input streams too much.
Sure.
And so like we haven't tested that with this.
So-
Like, we do similarly. You know, that behavior may just be something that like RTMP push likes to do.
The biggest thing here, I think the takeaway here is we have options. We have a path forward to potentially try stuff with this, that it seems like it goes farther than we got with Azure.
This is as far as we got with Azure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, we are as far.
Why don't,
We can see that it does indeed do transcription.
why don't you try swapping out input streams and pulling
That's
from a
what.
different source?
Yes.
Since that's what they're
Okay.
probably-
Wait. I don't. Are we actually? So Andrew.
Yeah.
Do we have like a preview somewhere, like a video?
Yeah, I'll put it up on the demo page just a second.
No, okay. Because if we have that, then yeah, let's try to switch it out. And if we can switch it successfully, we are now further than Azure.
And where's the demo page?
I'll drop you a link here.
Or actually, is it that attend, right?
Yeah, attend.siegel.org/demo.html.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Remember,
Demo/what?
no, .html. So it's attend.siegel.org/demo.html. Yeah, I forgot the HTML. But
Oh, look, I'm streaming. There's some delay. There's actually a significant delay.
I think you're probably watching a cache from like a couple hours ago.
it's still Azure from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the AWS console in presumably Andrew's window.
Actually, I think that's mine.
Yeah, that's Keith's window.
You know.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
It's Don's
No,
window.
yeah, it's Don's.
Yeah, that was a while back.
This player doesn't even work in Safari. Boo.
Uh,
I'm sure it's fine on whatever Emacs's web browser is.
right. Links too, baby.
W3M, man.
Too many tabs open to this machine. Okay. All of this video stuff is not good for this laptop.
Laptops are not meant for.
All right.
I'm like,
32 gigs of RAM.
Reload demo and start the player. You can see what's coming out of my OBS.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, now it all broke because all of the scripts are going out on place.
See, what I wish you'd have with this is this stream, so I could get a sense of the time delay. But it's got captions, which is great.
Yeah, so next we can try that, and here's where we'll switch the inputs. Okay, so
Mhm. I've got the stream coming.
yeah, so okay, so Keith, why is there this convention of a primary and secondary? Can Don start going to that and like
Send it to.
is it meant for like a seamless transition?
That could be.
Okay.
Like, if you're playing the ad roll on the secondary, right?
I don't have.
Oh yeah, is it
this.
a fallback? Okay.
When you
Oh, but
read
you
the,
know so
doc, the AWS docs, the little I read them, they're definitely hardcore
No,
filled.
this is AWS though. This is like because like every place I've seen RTMP, like Azure has this too. Like I haven't been giving it to you, but they have a secondary input.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't suggest what you should do with it. It's like it's just a norm.
So you said you got that FFmpeg thing going, Don? Maybe you should try to use that 54 IP and paste it into your FFmpeg thing with AdRoll or whatever. Or I could even do it. Well, will you paste that URL?
I've got it up already. Like I'm ready to just slap in the right RTMP.
All right, I'm
again.
digging out the URL.
Yeah, can you give us another URL?
Yeah, I'm digging it out. My computer's just going really slow.
So I just want to be clear. I'm turning off my copy of this stack because I don't want to leave a steady RTMP.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Do it.
just wanted to clear that up before I did it. Hi, media streaming. I did media streaming for a bit. This is the closest I will ever come to being a Twitch streamer. So
No. Sorry that you were a BBB streamer. You weren't a Twitch streamer.
Hey,
yeah, but this is as close as I will ever come to that. Is what we're doing right now.
Right.
Keith, Don, and Andrew are the Twitchers right now.
Which ironically is also, I think, on us. So
All right, a good spot for me to drop this BB.
What?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, wherever.
All right.
Somewhere where I can copy and paste.
Has Helen done any ratings or anything over like Twitch? Because I could see you getting in there.
Who?
That's
oh no, Helen, that's not her jam. She's a con runner, not a
So
yeah,
secondary is the
she
key.
did any of the actual that stuff too.
All right, there's a secondary URL.
Let me pop that in here.
Yeah, this sounds like a bug in the template, which I'm tempted to try fix.
Right. So you should be getting a picture of a world spinning around.
All right. Well, let us know once you're connected, and I'm streaming on primary, so I'll stop and we'll see if it seamlessly transitions.
It is currently streaming, or it should be.
All right. And I will hit stop.
I'm still looking at that seagull.
Yeah.
Still got the seagull.
Yep, same here.
Yeah.
Mine says stopping.
Oh.
Oh, okay, now it's stopped.
We can even we can share the seagull.
Yeah. Oh, somebody else claimed
We can all
hosting
do it. Same
hours
seagull.
away from me. That's cool. Yep. There we go.
It seems like it's still going.
So I think there's a long leg.
Yeah.
It's this whole stopping business.
Well, so remember when you hit stop, it's feeding in, like right now it's dumping segments off into S3. There's Lambda that's processing it, then it's pumping into something else that's packaging them out. Like there's a
Minute
Yeah,
or two delay.
we just went blank here.
Yep,
Yeah.
same.
And then
Everything is terrible.
and
I can give you primary.
are you getting anything done?
I'm not seeing anything other than a blank screen.
No, I mean in like FFmpeg, is it?
Erroring at all, or
It's cranking away. It's just sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm doing 30, 29 FPS."
Oh yeah, so it's pumping packets in.
It's pumping packets. Bitrate 4570.
All right, so maybe it's not an automatic failover. Right? So try primary.
Good try though.
Well, yeah, but
Okay.
let's try.
Okay, so you want me
Note
to
that
try?
it's a different.
primary.
It's not just a key change. It's actually a different IP.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what you're probably going to want is you're going to want these things to be going through something where you can switch them intelligently and then hand them off to the streaming.
Yeah, that's done.
I am I'm the director of audio visuals.
This sounds like I need another beer.
Probably, I haven't had a single one.
You should start. If you drink. If you don't, then don't.
Yes, I did have a very delicious gluten-free pumpkin cheesecake with caramel drizzled on it. While it was still warm, it was delicious.
Well,
It should be going
All right, on primary.
on primary. Yeah.
I can't even figure out what.
yes.
Oh,
the world is
the
here.
wait, that's.
Hey, look.
Hey, all right.
Oh, I thought that you were gonna keep the world on secondary and put something else on primary in case it was catching up or something.
We don't know how to use secondary.
Okay.
We tried secondary and it was just a blank screen.
And a secondary part of HLS or RTMP, or where's secondary? Where do you keep seeing these? Like what?
Mostly, we don't know.
Well, I know, but I'm trying to search it, but I need to I need a little more. What are we attached to?
So in multiple services, there is a convention of having not one RTMP input, but two.
Okay.
And they can be named whatever you want. But both Azure and AWS have suggested the name primary and secondary.
Got it.
So there is I put a doc in the public chat discussing automatic switchover between inputs, and it specifically seems to focus on
Yeah,
content.
I googled to that same doc.
It's important to note that it's talking about identical content. So you switch for degraded inputs, not for
Okay.
not for that. So by and large, it doesn't look like that's what it's for.
Okay. So I mean, if we're going to be using this, I mean, we should look through like what kind of stuff can this do? You know, what problems can it solve? Like, does it have a way to easily like mix in fallback looping advertiser content? Does it have a way to yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, I just want to interject, Don. You switched it over seamlessly, right?
Well, what do you mean seamlessly? Like,
I mean that you took down the globe and you put up the Blender movie.
BBB.
Yeah, but we're on BBB, so
Big Buck Bunny.
But you switched that over, right? Like,
yeah,
AWS didn't crash on us.
doesn't look like it. No.
But we are now further than Azure. I just want to point that out.
Yes. Yes. Hi, OBS. I mean, Don. I'm the human OBS.
Well, somebody's going to have to be. I mean, it's not like you can make this happen magically, right?
Yeah, no.
Right.
All right. Well, at this point,
Yeah.
we've been at this
Great.
over 6 hours. I've spent about 9 hours in calls today.
Yeah.
And I have 6 more tomorrow.
Oh, that's adorable. I wish I had light days like that.
Hey Don, can you stop streaming? Mine is currently trying. I want to see how quickly we can switch over.
Oh, nice.
Give me a second.
But yeah, it's getting late. I need to
Stop.
sleep.
Just stopped it.
All right, thanks.
Can you unplug me?
Yeah, you're just plugged into
I see.
the UPS. Yeah.
Was that how you stopped it and plugged it from the UPS?
I bashed it with a Control C. You know.
Yeah. It's still streaming the bunny thing.
Good. Yeah, we'll see. Mine has not yet been allowed to start.
Right.
Anyway.
It's in some kind of like a weekly try.
Oh,
Anyway,
bunny.
Sorry to interrupt.
Stopped. And there it is.
Mine has not started. Okay. Well, we'll have to play with that.
So the thing that I think we would like to do though is just potentially, and I mean we could use Caster to do these swaps, which might be quicker because then we can cut it at a different source, you know?
Mhm.
So I think the best idea for us to do is to regroup tomorrow and to go over these scenarios.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
And maybe
how to tell you.
what else can we do, man?
No, I agree with regrouping tomorrow. I just mean that when are you going to be more available, I guess is part of the question. Because I can be available for till a certain point tomorrow. Not that I'm as involved with the tech here,
Yeah.
but I want to make sure that we're like not. I don't want to be in this situation all night, I guess is what I'm saying.
I can't guarantee that at all
Well, of
because
course
you
you
decided a
can't
week
guarantee
ago that we wouldn't use.
I'm like, yes, no, I'm not saying that.
And I mean, I'm
don't know.
what
I'm
to
saying
tell you.
that like tomorrow, instead of doing a 6-hour, hack session tonight, I mean, it may end up getting to there, but it would be nice if we have little things that can be done.
So, in my opinion, we can do Caster if nothing else. We know that shit works. We could do that. Now, is it as good as AWS? Not at all.
Yeah.
If we can figure out AWS to a degree that we feel comfortable with it, and when I say we, I honestly probably only mean Andrew at this point,
At
right?
this point, yeah.
Well,
So it's like,
hey, Andrew, I hope you don't like sleeping.
if
Oh, man,
Andrew,
you don't want to know.
Yeah, not a good.
if Andrew can feel comfortable enough to where we can use,
Hey, you connected now.
that was a while. That was like
Okay.
minutes.
No, it gave up and I restarted it.
But if Andrew has time to poke on it between now and whenever tomorrow and feel comfortable with it, I think that it can be a viable solution. Otherwise, we have something that we know that we can turn on, that we know that we can send
Okay,
to Twitch,
and YouTube.
like that, to YouTube, and we can get captioning out of that. I would rather use AWS because it's much cleaner. The transcription works really nice, like it is, but I do not like the fact that it is 100% reliant on Andrew's ability to make everything work, and none of us can really help him, right?
Y'all could all get.
Tom can help.
You create a Seagull account, and then just everybody has access to it. Like it's not.
Well, the scary part is if you have multiple people poking at the same thing, I'm just afraid that people are going to change other options, and we're not going to reach a point where.
Oh yeah, so everybody gets read-only users, and then you have an admin user you log in as when you need to change things.
Right.
Yes, but then there's so much collaboration that's required in order to make that happen. Like that's what I'm saying, right? Is like we are cutting down to the wire where, in my opinion, one person learns this and has the no. And right now, because Andrew's the farthest along, it's Andrew. And Andrew, I'm not trying to pressure you. Like, we have another solution that works. It's not like it's only you or we're fucked and we're not going to have a conference, right?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like,
Is there?
No, what hinges on this is just the transcription.
and at the end of the day, the other thing that we can consider is still using Caster and trying to make AWS just be an endpoint, right?
Mhm.
We can still do that.
Well, yeah, one of your options there again is Caster for switching. It looks like MediaLive has channel support, so you'd basically be pumping input to multiple channels, and you'd switch between the channels. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but at least it seems like it's plausible.
I'm sure that AWS has every fucking option we would ever want. I'm 100% in belief of that. It's whether we're going to figure out how to use them all in the next 24 hours is not something. And the whole thing is Caster adds a layer of simplicity on top of it. Is the only reason why I'm even
Oh
considering.
yeah, absolutely.
So okay, Andrew.
Yep.
List of questions. I can do research in the morning / other things like that. That's number one. And number two, can someone make sure that we save the chat so that we have these links? Preferably to the pad so that we can get because I might have a little more of me tonight to research some of this, but I can definitely do some more of it tomorrow.
I'm saving this to the pad right now.
Okay, I will try to get whatever answers about linking from where we have because I think I have a decent handle on what we have set up. If we can figure out how to take this and send it to the Twitch, YouTube, whatever else, and review the pricing doc that I set out, because part of this is we need to get this all into Cloud?
Front.
Yeah, CloudFront.
The thing is I would honestly feel more comfortable with this as an endpoint, because then if for some reason we have no idea what the fuck AWS is doing, we have a backup plan, versus if we put all our eggs in one basket of AWS and then it blows up in some way, we're all going to be breathing down Andrew's neck.
No. I understand what you're saying, but I'm also taking us back to when Chris first joined, or actually slightly before that, when we were talking about 60 terabytes and what that's going to cost.
Yes,
I was there for that.
You were? Okay.
Yeah.
We can push to YouTube and we can leave all of that, right? Like that's like basically like we have a path forward that at least gets us to have a conference. And that's, I think, the most important thing right now.
Yeah.
When we have less than 48 hours, that's the most important thing, is we have an option and we can't forget about that. Everything should be incrementally built off that. It shouldn't be we have a whole nother solution and then we have this one we could use as well, right? Like we should incrementally build stuff. Like that's all I'm trying to say, right? It's so then the pressure isn't we're using one entire stack or another entire stack, right?
Yeah, so I think our tentative plan, right, should be to use Castor in the middle of this. It's a known quantity. It easily solves a bunch of what we want.
I can add.
And
They're terrible.
Yeah.
But
I'm concerned that we haven't talked about the costs of using this AWS thing much. Like we were. Go ahead.
Yeah, the pricing thing that I think this compared to Azure compared to anything else, like I'm not worried about that, especially looking at that pricing breakdown. But
How long is the conference and how much video are you pumping out?
16 hours, 1080p video, 3 streams, 16 hours, potentially 400 or 500 people.
Okay. I mean, I could see wanting to have YouTube or Twitch actually handle the distribution part. I understand like the non-free thing, but an embedded YouTube player seems like such a fucking no-brainer from a cost perspective.
Well, so my point is that having that as the option, if it looks like we're running towards these estimated numbers, versus if we only get like, if we can get down to 720 and we have like 100 people viewing it.
So let me make
like,
this point though.
Yeah.
Changing what you're doing in the middle of doing it is the wrong time to be doing that change. Like you should make the decision now so that you don't have people like mucking around in the pipes in the middle of the conference, putting up the HTML equivalent of a "we'll be right back" sign.
Look, I'm an SRE. I can change out an engine on a flying plane while it's flying. It's fine. That was sarcasm.
the trolley problem. Not a trolley problem.
Yeah, no. But my point is, like, let me do like. I'll put on my super pessimistic hat here. If you touch it while it's moving, you'll break it. Don't touch it while it's moving. Touch it now, and then once it's ready.
How long did it take us to stop a stream?
Yeah. I don't think that. I think you should decide on a player. and pick the one that will be the right one. And I mean, I don't see any. Sorry. Hold on here. Let me be really clear. I'm going to put on my "I don't give a flying fuck about free software" hat, because that's the hat I mostly wear. And I don't think that there's a problem with running YouTube as like the CDN for you, given the cost profile that it gives you.
Absolutely. I want to just mention two things.
Mm.
One, we've built this to be a plane that you can change the engine out, from my understanding. And two, if we didn't care about any of the other things, we wouldn't have had to do any of the AWS stuff, because we wouldn't have to care about transcription.
Mhm.
So that's basically where it feels like we are. Is if we want to try to keep going with transcription, that means we have to embed the AWS stream.
And from an accessibility point of view, that's the right thing to do. Like, transcription is valuable for any of your people, any of your viewers who are hard of hearing or deaf.
One of our sponsors gave us money for transcription,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but not to the degree it will likely cost us.
But, well, or what it would have cost us the other method.
Yeah. But did you say that if we're using YouTube, the YouTube viewer, that we can get transcription via YouTube?
100% free.
So then we don't need AWS in the middle of it, because we
Yeah.
can go directly from Big Blue Button to Caster to YouTube, right?
Correct.
And then to our embedded.
And we could still use, we could still feed AWS as an endpoint with captioning, because likely the captioning is going to be better than YouTube. And we could save that for recorded videos and stuff like that, which is honestly probably more people will view than the live people will view.
I recommend two things with that. One, don't give us the money for that. And if you're going to do recorded, expect to have those live hand captioned after the fact by people. Like, if you're going to, for archival viewing, you might as well take the time and have it captioned properly.
Yeah, no, post editing captioning is not that expensive. It's
All right,
the
then.
live stuff that costs. Like they wanted like $12,000, right?
I mean, don't pay us. I mean, if you can pump things into YouTube, fuck it. Why would you be using us? Like, really, don't.
Yeah, looking at those pricings though. So I guess this is where it comes back to that. Like, should we be working along two different things at all?
No, we should just be using Caster.
Not 24 hours before your conference, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, I gotta say, like from my perspective, having to not worry about the distribution channel really makes a difference.
Yeah.
Because it also gets us to transcription, right? Those two birds with one stone.
Yeah. I mean, YouTube captions are shit, but at least they're there. I think ours are better.
I mean, they seem pretty better, yeah.
Like, I know how to ad roll. I know how to stream directly to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. This feels like it feels like the kind of thing where if you had like an extra about 2 weeks,
Yeah.
it'd be worth kind of playing with both options.
Yeah, I mean, we only found this AWS stuff out like.
Yeah.
So
No,
here's the perspective on it.
statement. Just
we were ready to throw all of this away and fall back to hop in, whatever it's called, right?
No, we weren't actually ready to do that today. That was a joke.
No, I'm not saying today, but I'm saying like in our planning, we're just evaluating our
Yes,
values,
yeah.
right? We decided when we had ample time and we were thinking clearly that under some circumstances it would be okay for us to go use that proprietary thing, right?
Yeah.
Switching just YouTube in is a concession that is along that axis, but much smaller.
Yep.
So, with that said, we don't even need fucking Caster. We could actually send BBB directly to YouTube and be done entirely, and not feed Twitch, not feed anything. You realize that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's none of our first picks, right? But like, if we're at the point where we're having to make compromises, like that would be not a bad one to make.
Correct.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I only have one concern when it comes to doing YouTube is we have a Seagull account
Yep.
in YouTube, and it's already set, and
It's all configured. Yeah.
all
So
of our 3 streams ready.
permit me to put another hat on that occasionally comes up because random stuff I've learned. Are you confident that you are not going to trip any of the content detection stuff that YouTube does? Like none of your presenters are going to have any copyrightable music. Like anything in the background, YouTube's content detection stuff. I mentioned this because my partner ran the Hugo ceremony in Chi-Con in 2012, and they actually had their stream pulled because it got a takedown notice for the things that they were awarding. For the clips from Best Dramatic Presentation. And it was taken down in flight by their streaming service, which is why I asked.
Great thing to mention.
So, if you've got presenters who are
Twitch
going
is
to
really
have,
bad
like,
right now, too.
if they're going to put music on, they're going to fuck your stream up.
And
Yeah.
some of them are music type.
Well, if they're playing their own stuff, it's probably fine.
It probably is. I'm just.
Yeah, just be aware. Even if they're playing their own recorded music, it could be tricky because you have to prove that the content's
It's a really good point. I hadn't even. Really
As long as
Isn't copyright
the
great?
rule of thumb is if it's on iTunes, it shouldn't be played.
Well, sure, but we don't have control over.
But we should have told people this.
Of course.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't want to rat hole in it because I don't think that it's not a productive thread to follow detail here. I just want to mention it as a thing that YouTube for YouTube as a primary thing you want to be aware of.
I even joked earlier I was playing a music video through Twitch, and I was like, I wonder if I'm going to get DMCA'd for this.
Twitch
Like,
is right now.
Yeah. I got a copyright strike just testing the streams out.
So yeah, be careful.
Okay, I need to go sleep.
Andrew, thanks for figuring that out. I clearly missed some shit there. So
You're welcome. There's a lot of guessing involved.
yeah, well, welcome to the club. It's not like I knew what the fuck I was doing. So I feel like I was mostly
Guessing, isn't that like half of our job?
my job's trying to describe my job as guesswork gets a little complicated. So
All right, Andrew.
Good night, Andrew.
Good night.
But
Thank you for your help.
All right.
So I think the thing that we need to decide is whether we're even going to use Caster at all, or whether we're going to send directly to YouTube.
is Caster something that can do the channel switching for you, like the source switching?
No.
What does it buy you?
That's what. Yeah.
Well, there's definitely some advantages. We might be able. It buys us the ability to go to Twitch as well.
Mm-hmm.
It can potentially buy us the ability to have a backup player.
Mhm.
So